tear. Believe with me, I will take away your fear of the night. Reach with your heart, my little one. Beyond every night, you will find the sun. Life is a wonder, and it's just begun to find the love in you. Time invites you to dream and grow. Life invites you to seek and know. To believe what your dreams are of brings the heart of your dreams toward love. Reach with your heart, my little one. Beyond every night, you will find the sun. Life is a wonder, and it's just begun to find the love in you. We got the sun, the moon. Open your eyes, not too soon. I feel the breeze hitting our way. Hold on to your dreams, hold on to today. We are alone, and I believe it's right. Sharing our dreams and our passions. Sky shining bright, we got it all. Day and night.
the highest point of imagination is love. And most of all, I believe in me. And most of all, I believe in me. We ask, is our fantasy for real? Or is it just a dream that we hold with all our might? We need him here tonight. This night we created Ramazan.
Your fantasies for real, created from your dreams. You believe with all your might. I'll tuck you in tonight. Good night, and sweet dreams from Ramazan.
Hello everyone, welcome to another conspiracy stream. How's it going? I'm Hannah, as you all know. So let's just get into it. We don't even have any bits messages. Hope your weekend's going well, everyone. Let's close out that tab, because that's also just me. You want to see something just awful? Let's check this out once I find it. There we go.
Go on and hate me, 'cause I am a trumper. You can debate me, but there is no other man who can turn this world around. All of the children will be found. No other president has rescued more kids on this earth. He's given 10 million per year to keep our oceans clean and clear, giving our veterans what they need, 'cause he knows what they're worth. So go on and hate me,
Not a cult.
'cause I am a trumper. You can debate me, but there is no other. Working so hard to bring us peace. Look how we changed the Middle East.
Wait, what did Trump do to bring peace in the Middle East? What the fuck are you talking about? Gray Fox, thanks for 36 months, says 3 years. Let's go. Happy anniversary.
Fighting for human rights while he is draining out the swamp.
Fighting for human rights. Oh my.
Exposing the lamestream media and all of the pedophiles.
Have I thought about changing my name to Hannah Blast since I'm a married woman? No, the channel name will stay the same. If you change channel names, it fucks up your recognition. Not good.
Stock market.
You need that SEO juice. And changing your name, not good for the SEO juice.
Reaching record highs while unemployment drops. So go on and hate me, 'cause I am a trumper. You can debate me, but there is no other. Building a wall with no excuse, sending the animal abuse up for a Nobel Prize or 3 by spreading so much peace.
Trump wasn't in the running to win a Nobel Prize. He may have been nominated by people, but anyone can just nominate people.
Helping our criminals to reform, protecting babies not yet born. Listen as we all honk our horns, driving down the street. So go on and hate me, 'cause I am a trumper. You can debate me, but there is no other.
No Pickle says their eyes are deader than a string of cheap Christmas lights.
Took down the ISIS leadership, freed all US hostages, donating his whole salary, 'cause this man is our friend. Go on and hate me, but he's making America great again.
Oh, good lord. That's the same lady that did the Wakey Wakey Joe Biden is a fakey song we heard some time back, by the way.
Wakey,
The same woman.
wakey, Joe Biden is a fakey. Make no mistakey, it's time to wakey wakey. There's tunnels being blown up all around the world. The military shown up to save the boys and girls. The lamestream
It's QAnon stuff. She thinks that there's children hidden in underground military bases or something.
media is poisoning our minds. We can't see the truth. We've been so damn blind. Wakey wakey, Joe Biden.
Just terrible.
I have direct information from my source.
I'm sure this is a very legit source. Ari Annam, thanks for 18 months.
Not from...
Oh, that's a second sub baby. This sub baby's name is going to be Antoine Devereaux. Antoine Devereaux.
Quasi-internet article or opinion piece or theory.
Those are a lot of different things. Hats off. Nearest Crow Hill. What would you like me to wear for the hats off?
I have been told directly from my source that I've had for the past couple weeks that I wasn't able to reveal until now for reasons which you'll
Horns? Can do.
understand shortly. I'm not sure if anybody noticed this or
Hydrate.
realizes this, but the Supreme Court justices, in particular Brett Kavanaugh, Amy Coney Barrett, and John Roberts, have been under military protection since their announcement of a recess last week. John Roberts, in particular, is actually under NATO protection, not just
Under NATO protection.
United States military. The reason that these justices are under protection is because the 2020 general election for the presidency of the United States has been overturned
Wow, 3 years later.
by...
Also, they're under NATO protection. I thought you guys didn't like NATO when you were pro-Russia. I feel like the goalposts keep moving. Moving goalposts on the bingo card.
the United States Supreme Court. It's not a rumor, that's a fact.
What makes it a fact? You just said you just heard it nebulously from a vague source that you're not explaining. That's kind of the definition of a rumor, isn't it?
That happened. And all we're waiting on...
Gnome Pickles with 100 bits says, I'm banking on when the next election hits, they'll say, see, the 2020 election was overturned. I'm wondering if it's going to have any effect on Republican voter turnout. Because, like, if cognitive dissonance is a hell of a drug, so I'm sure plenty of people will have no problem simultaneously believing the elections are completely unfair, but also I need to go vote for Donald Trump. It doesn't make sense, but they'll justify it somehow in their head. But will any of them be like, why even get out of bed? The Democrats rig all the votes, at least they think so. So why should they even bother getting out of bed to vote, you know? I'm wondering if it'll backfire at all, but we'll see. Gnome Pickle says, I'm banking on when... Oh, read that, sorry.
now is the justices to be properly taken care of, moved about around the world so that they can't be found. And you may ask why. Well, why would they need to be moved around? Well, the answer to that is because
ZLazzy96, thanks for subscribing and kicking off a hype train.
there are still sections of the cabal and deep state that are fully capable
So far, we're behind this month a little bit on subs, so if anyone's, like, got some gift subs burning a hole in their pocket.
of pulling off a murder of not only the justices but also their families. Keep in mind that some of these justices have many young children, and the overturning of this election is the end of the cabal once and for all.
That doesn't really make any sense, though, because if whatever cabal you were talking about existed, then wouldn't they have the power to stop this? How are they all powerful if NATO can stop them? Because NATO is a pretty large thing, right? So why can't NATO just do it? Doesn't make any sense. Vast Lunacy, thanks for gifting 20 tier 1 subs. Woo!
They are
That is a lot of fucking subs.
no longer in power, and they never will be again. There's no more
9% to level 6.
question about whether or not the 2020 election will be overturned. That has happened.
It hasn't. It hasn't happened.
It is a fact. We have won, and the election is overturned.
This is a weird delusional cope. This is just straight up denial of reality. This is weird.
There will be no special election for president. Donald Trump, as the second place finisher with the amount of votes that he received. By the way, the numbers are going to be revealed too.
That's not how any of this works. In the Constitution, it's laid out what happens if a person doesn't get to the required amount of votes. The House, I believe, votes on who becomes the president.
Donald Trump has been awarded the presidency of the United States as the secondary runner-up in the fraudulent election to Joe Biden. There will
Fenigagami with 50 bits says, part of why the midterms were such a disappointment for Republicans is the this election conspiracy bullshit. It's why all the pundits stopped talking about election conspiracy, as well as a lot of the politicians. The problem for Republicans is that they're likely tanked their chances in 2024, which is the funniest thing. We'll see. Never underestimate the stupidity and malice of other people in the United States. Gnome Pickle says, yes, we, the all-powerful cabal, shall truly enact our evil plan for world domination by unveiling our secret weapon, Joe Biden. His middle-of-the-road centrist views shall push our evil leftist agenda. Kind of. Okay, for real, team, do we kind of suck at this?
will be no special election. The presidency will simply be handed to Donald Trump. This is not a potential path of what could happen related to the election fraud.
I also think it's funny that it says this is not my opinion. I don't know if this is true. Anyone know who this man is? So presumably the video that's being shown here is not the person who actually uploaded it. They found it somewhere else, ripped it, put this text on it, and re-uploaded it. So this guy's claiming to have a source of some kind that is remaining anonymous, and he's not even hinting at whom that source could be or giving anything that would hint towards their legitimacy. He's just saying, here's the thing I heard, and this other person ripped it and put it up to further spread that message, despite there being no evidence whatsoever of the claims he's making. But it says something QAnon people and Trump supporters want to believe is true, so they believe it even though it's baseless.
This has happened.
12% to level 6. Minute and a half left on the hype.
This case has been in front of the Supreme Court since the very beginning of all of this.
Pretty sure the Supreme Court, the things they rule on are public? The trials that they take up, the cases they take are public? Because they're, you know, the Supreme Court.
Evidence has been presented to the Supreme Court in secret. There was a docket that was secret that no one knew about, especially the press.
Medicated person, thanks for 18 months. That's another sub baby. This sub baby is Ginkgo Biloba. First name Ginkgo, second name Biloba.
For good reason, because you could see what they could do
25% to level 6 with a minute left.
in something like Roe versus Wade. Roe versus Wade, although it was overturned, was a giant distraction for the
Roe versus Wade was a distraction. People having the right to medical care for their own bodies is a distraction. Give me more distractions, please.
deep state and for the cabal. While they were looking at that, other matters were being handled. The 2020
Fast Lunacy says, the shadow docket does exist, though. No need for conspiracy when the Supreme Court hides their shit decisions. What's the point, then? How is it to be used as precedent if it's secret?
general election for presidency of the United States has been overturned due to election fraud. We will never be in this situation again. Donald Trump
Thanks for the level 5 hype, everyone, especially Vast Lunacy for that crazy gift sub drop.
will return to power,
Oh, shit.
and that's when big
A little too late to keep the hype train going, but Vast Lunacy gifts 50 more Tier 1 subs. Jesus effing Christ, Vast Lunacy, where do you get the money?
Things start happening. By the way,
You missed the train, but you made it in my heart. Thank
I
you.
shared a document
I and the rest of the chat always appreciate it so much. Thank you.
a couple
Now so many people don't have to watch ads on my channel. How nice.
days ago about the TSA and their preparation for continuity of government within their organization for the higher-ups in TSA. I'm very much aware that that directive was from 2012. However, in 2012, the military was about to forcefully
Vast Lunacy, thanks for gifting a sub to Salion.
remove the sitting president of the United States of America, Barack Obama, after he had won the election in 2012. And yeah, you guessed it, election fraud was involved there as well.
No, Mitt Romney just wasn't a winner. Don't get me wrong, Mitt Romney wasn't Trump, but, like, he was also this guy. Hold on. This is one of my favorite Mitt Romney videos because you can tell that in his white Mormon brain, he probably hasn't, like, I don't know, from where he lives, you know, in Utah or wherever he's from, I don't even know. The Mormoniness in him, I don't think he's interacted with a lot of non-white people in his life, because his family's pretty well off, you know, and he's a Mormon. Anyway, so here he is meeting with some black voters, and I assume in his head he goes, oh my god, black people, what do I say to black people? And this is the best he could do.
Hey, I get to be up here. Come on. Who's got your camera, though? Who let the dogs out?
Who let the dogs out? Who? So in Mitt Romney's brain, he went, black people, what black people do I know? And the first thing to come to his mind was the Baha Men. Anyway, so no, he lost to Obama, like fair and square. Lennon Cat says, I'm wondering if this channel might have the highest subscriber to viewer ratio at the moment. Which channel?
They were literally about to yank him from office, and a coup was about to occur. They had no other choice but to do that. And then Donald Trump decided to
Coups are not legal. Why do these people not understand?
run for president of the United States in 2016.
You mean me? Why? This channel might have the highest subscriber to viewer ratio at the moment. I don't know.
And the Patriots saw a much easier path through Donald
Like right now, let me take a look. I'll look at followers versus subscribers because I don't know what it typically is. So right now I have, if it'll load, 11,705 followers, well on my way to 12,000, and I currently have 876 subscribers. So a little under 10%, something like that.
Trump.
Like 7%, 8% of my followers are subscribers, something like that. I don't know what it typically is.
Somebody that had to get a ton of votes to overcome the voter fraud that existed. And that's exactly what he did by beating Hillary Clinton. But that document was from 2012 when the military was about to act, and they were alerting TSA to do certain things in regards to the airlines. I can tell you for a fact that senior operatives of the TSA
Yeah, Clinton's on the bingo.
are now going through that same exact training and abiding by that same exact document that was released 10 years ago when Barack Obama was about to be taken out.
Amazing that never came out. No one from the TSA was like, we got this weird training back in 2012 and it never happened, but whatever. Gnome Pickles says, I've created headcanon that Vast Lunacy is a secret prince of a nation taken over by his fascist uncle. When Vast Lunacy needs to take a break from his righteous war, he relaxes here and gives money to a commentator he respects. And when he reclaims his homeland, he shall make Hannah his minister of communications or something. I accept the offer. I do request diplomatic immunity, however, because I would like to break a lot of laws, rather.
Preparing just as they were preparing back then. Obviously, back then that didn't happen. But now it is happening. And the reason it's happening, and the reason that was released recently, and the reason that TSA operatives are right now training for continuity of government is because of the overturned 2020 presidential election. It's over. We don't wait for a potential path anymore. We know where we are. We know how it's going to happen. Big events occurred over the last 2 weeks, and Joe Biden has never legitimately been president of this country.
Except he is, because he got sworn in. Fennec Gami says, oh, Hannah, I'm not underestimating the stupidity and malice of people. The Republicans are pissing off their base because their base is chaos. Look at the conspiracy community. I interact with 2 guys I've been watching devolve like Cece. These people are dangerous, and there's gonna be terrorism for years. But honestly, now they're game-ending themselves all over the place between the anti-vax and all the mass shootings. We need to buckle up. They're entering the forming the end part. Yeah. Death cults tend to do that. PK the Lost, thanks for 30 months.
But you are about to see Joe Biden removed from office and Donald Trump reinserted. And that's not speculation. That is from...
No one's been this disappointed by a Trump reinsertion since Stormy Daniels.
one of the highest officials
Please laugh.
in government. All we wait for now is the official announcement how they want to do it. Personally, I wouldn't mind seeing more direct energy weapons used on a few structures around the world. Maybe even on some people.
Jesus Christ, the Q people are nuts. Oh, here's the guy, the rock guy who thought he found gold? Anyway, here he is, doing the mud fossil thing. It's not Roger. If you're thinking of Roger, it's not Roger. Believe sci-fi tech exists for the energy weapons? Yes.
Hey everyone, welcome to my channel, Eyes to See. You're looking at a two-headed petrified snake that I found.
We are looking at a rock. It is a pretty rock. I would agree it's a pretty rock. But it is a rock nonetheless.
Petrified
Jesus Christ, Marie, they're minerals.
snake. Two heads. Let's look up the word petrification. Here's a definition on Wikipedia. In geology, petrifaction or petrification is the process by which organic material becomes a fossil through the replacement of the original material and the filling of the original pore spaces with minerals. Petrified wood
This isn't that. This is just a rock.
typifies this process, but all organisms, from bacteria to vertebrates, can become petrified.
It's a pretty rare process, though, from my understanding. It doesn't happen often,
Although
relatively speaking.
harder, more durable
The chances of a snake being born with two heads and also happening to be in the right conditions to somehow petrify or fossilize is just astronomical.
matter, such as bone, beaks, and shells, survive the process better than softer remains, such as muscle tissue, feathers, or skin. Petrifaction takes place through a combination of two similar processes: permineralization and replacement. These processes create replicas of the original specimen that are similar down to the microscopic level. Okay, folks. I'm racking my brain here, but I don't think that the organic material in this two-headed snake has been replaced with minerals. What do you think? That looks like the original material. Look at the underbody of this thing. It looks like it could be alive.
No, it doesn't. It looks like a rock.
That's how close to a reptile it looks to me.
Pareidolia.
Look at the coloring. So, petrification or petrifaction is when organic material becomes a fossil through the replacement of the original material. Guys, I still see a lot of original material here. I don't think any replacement has taken place.
Then why is it a rock? Smash it with a hammer. It's rock all the way through. It's a fucking rock.
I mean, this thing is incredible.
It's a cool rock. I think Incredibles may be overselling it. Gnome Pickle says it's quartz, which is igneous, so unless the snake was made of magma, your little idea is fucked, bruv.
Look at that. Looks like a snake to me.
Why?
So, obviously,
The twist is just that his parents intentionally taught him wrong and taught him that quartz was called snakes.
how the heck did this happen? What are we looking at here?
Pieces of candy. I got a chocolate bar. I got a quarter.
I got a rock.
So this is a hard, rock-like
Oh, it's the same clip. You both had the
snakehead.
same idea.
So I believe we call things like that petrified. But the definition of petrification does not cover what this is.
Yeah, we'll go over the bingo card after this.
It doesn't include an explanation for this. So basically, we have no explanation for this. Science has either
It's wild the audacity and like Dunning-Kruger it takes to look at something in your backyard and think you've like redefined an entire field of science with no training. Like he legit thinks I figured this thing out in my backyard that geologists haven't found ever, and I'm gonna completely change geology even though I have no degree in it. It's just, it's unfathomably like self-centered. It's unfathomably like conceited to believe that you're capable of that anyone is capable of that is delusional.
never seen anything like this, or they're covering up what causes this. And if you've been watching my channel, you've seen I have numerous petrified animals. And here's another snake. This one's a little bit more beat up than the other guy, but that is still a snake. And I
It's a rock.
believe it's a two-headed snake.
Why?
What is with all these two-headed snakes?
took Occam's razor and threw it in the fucking trash. Like, it's amazing. It's so amazing.
The area that I live in, the western United States in the Rocky Mountains, there is a lot of stuff like this.
Rocks?
I don't think enough people are looking at rocks, to tell you the truth.
I can't argue with you there. Everyone, today, here's your homework for this stream. Go outside and look at a rock. One rock, find a cool rock, and look at it. If you want, you can take it home. They're free. It's not illegal. It's not illegal to take rocks.
What is going on here? So if you've been watching my channel, you've seen various animals that I've presented that are petrified. Yet the definition of petrification doesn't cover any of this. It gives us no explanation. So I'm looking for answers. What do you guys think?
The answer is you're crazy. Let's see what he says in the comments. This person says, you do yourself a disservice when you hang a specific label on something unusual. Two-headed snakes will get a lot of pushback. Pointing out features that look of a biological origin might be more effective. Another guy was showing some interesting stones but was calling them dragon heads. Stop, do not pass go. I'm no expert, but if your specimen was of a biological origin, the original materials have been replaced by minerals. You read off a good description, then say it's not happening here. People like bones and simple imprints. Read your definition again and apply it to your specimens. Identify them as potential examples of soft tissue fossilization. People might ponder the possibilities rather than reject outright the two-headed snake scenario. He says, thank you for the sincere thoughts. I'm just going to have to continue having faith that this isn't all for nothing. Oh. What I'm bringing to the table doesn't fit mainstream science's definitions. I'm going to need people to make that cognitive leap in order to convince them. It's up to you to truly see the reality of our world. I'm going to continue to post, and those who it convinces are the ones that I'm doing this for. Funny you say dragons. I'm doing a quick video showing a dragon I found on Google Maps. It'll blow your mind. Everything you've been taught is to keep you from the truth. This is the land of the deceiver. I feel like you're close to fully waking up, and I am happy to know that. Always be open to new information and get to know your intuition and trust it. Remember, you don't want to be in harmony with the masses. Thanks again for your suggestions. You're probably right, but in everything I present, it's not a lie, it's a two-headed snake. Your tact would probably help me out, though. I may actually try that approach. Someone says, sorry, but it's not a petrified snake. It's a nice quartz mineral and it comes in very much forms. It looks like maybe like a snake, but it isn't formed from an animal. You can find fossils of snakes, but these fossils look very different. And the guy goes, thanks for your thoughtful response, but you just don't have all the information. And then the guy replies, what do you mean I don't have all the information? And he never got a reply. The information is that it's a two-headed snake, sir.
What could have caused this? Look at this one. This one has like a beak. Like this is almost like a two-headed something that might fly. I don't know.
He's obsessed with them having two heads. I wonder why.
Oh. That looks like a beak to me.
Have you considered that things that look like things to you might not be the thing they look like, but might just look like it because of your brain? Like, you can see shapes in clouds, but it doesn't make them anything other than clouds. You know what I mean? Like, I could draw a picture for you of something, but that doesn't mean it's anything other than a depiction of something made on paper, right? You can see things that remind you or look like things or are representative of things, but they're not that thing.
And I think that's blood. What do you think? These things don't look like they've had their organic material replaced with minerals. This looks like the original material, and
It's not.
this thing was literally just turned to stone. So are we talking biblical type stuff here?
He's just like he's incapable of even broaching the thought that it might not be what he perceives it to be. That is a given for him. It is a given for him that this is some kind of animal, and he will not accept anything outside of that premise. He's locked in.
God turning things to stone?
I think this is an interesting illustration that never get too fond of your first premise. Always understand that your initial premise can be wrong and questioned, otherwise you end up in a situation like this. Also, yes, I think he's delusional in a genuine mental health way, which doesn't help. But it's good advice for everyone.
What could explain this? I've never seen a creature that looks like that.
Man, it's almost like it's not a creature. MH Darkbeast with 36 months, happy 3rd anniversary, says, "Howdy, Hannah, it's Crazy Rocks in his head guy." There's been a lot of discourse over the shitty representation of autism in The Good Doctor, but I want to hype up a good representation, Extraordinary Attorney Woo. Rates like what? I literally, she asked me if I'd consider if I had that. And then later in the session, I talked about my Blu-rays and how much I'm into them and how much I know about them. And she straight up went, "Yeah, that sounds pretty autistic." So that's good. My therapist, I cracked up because it sounded like my doctor was talking to me like a 4chan shit poster, but they meant it unironically.
And 2 heads nonetheless. This is the 3rd 2-headed snake-like creature I've shown here, and they're supposed to be rare. This is another snake-like head I found. I don't know what this is. It's a mean, ugly-looking thing, though. I have no answers.
Here's how you can tell if something is a snake. Would Indiana Jones be afraid of it? If not, it's not a snake. I don't think he'd be afraid of this. Ergo, not a snake. Perfect logical reasoning, okay? I dare you to prove me wrong.
You guys think it's just a rock?
Yes.
You think I'm seeing things here?
Yes. Also, you need to clean your nails. Bella Lugozzi says he sees a lot of snakes in the Cludes. Clude! Become a snake, Clude!
That looks like some sort of reptile. I mean, look at this thing.
Looks like a rock. I know this is repetitive. I know I'm just repeating myself, but I mean, so's he, so...
Look at that. Looks like his snout melted. Look at that.
That's interesting, Harold Elmerman.
My God, what is this?
He can't clean his nails, Hannah. He's looking for snakes in the dirt. It's easier when they don't move because they're rocks.
This world is definitely not what I thought it was. Things I've been finding lately, I have no answers for. I'm gonna wrap it up with this one last petrified snake I found. I think this is a two-headed snake, another one.
Do you have any snakes that you don't think have two heads? Because every snake you've shown so far amazingly has two heads, which is not how snakes are. Snakes typically have one head. Profane Priestess says, your interest in Blu-rays and conspiracies strikes me as special interests. Autists can be downright obsessive about our passions. Looks at my plans for an anthropology PhD. Another good autism representation. Chocolate. Is this person autistic and in the Yakuza? Lennon Cat says, the things I've found, I don't have answers for. I mean, I have answers, but I don't like those answers, so I'm gonna substitute my own. She learned Kung Fu. I enjoy Kung Fu movies. Kickboxing? That's the greatest tagline for a film I think I've ever seen. This is called Chocolate. I'll have to check that out. That seems right up my alley. What was the tagline? It was a special needs girl who has a special need to kick some ass. Other people do kung fu other than Jackie Chan. Just for the record. Yeah, we're gonna check the sheets. Bingo! Call sheet. Let's take a look. What have we had so far? I feel like I should have paid closer attention. What videos did we even watch? I know we had the first guy and we had Crazy Rock guy. Okay, so we have... I'll do King Trump for the fact that he just, like, wants Trump to be put back in office immediately. Clintons, I know we had. Misattribution of coincidence because he thinks the thing looks like a snake. I'll count that because we don't have a pareidolia thing. The deep state. They didn't directly cite QAnon, so I'm not going to do QAnon claimed as a source, though it seemed QAnon-y. Believe sci-fi technology exists for the laser weapon thing. Let's see if we have anything on page 2. Wait, did someone have another one? 32. Let me look. Oh, yep, got that. I don't think we had clones yet. Hannah mentions Blu-rays. I did mention them. What number's goalposts? Cosmic Critters, sure? Ask me whatever question it is. Other page. Okay. $37. Thank you.
We've got a bit of an emergency again. Zach Knight is... I just spoken with Jesus and Terrence Jenkins on Skype, and
Tea with Goblin says, "Hi Hannah, so you remember yesterday when you were doing your Sister Cindy stream? I've been awake since then. Taught for several hours, 7 hours, then went to a friend's 40th. Now I can smell colors and I'm in the right mindset for some conspiracy nonsense. I am the Lizard Queen!" Please sleep soon. Profane Priestess says, "Also you have ADHD, yes? They have a huge overlap in symptoms, and for reasons we don't fully understand, if you have one, you're orders of magnitude more likely to have the other. Also, you've talked a lot about struggling to socialize with people you don't already know. While I can't point to a specific example, I distinctly remember in some of the videos where you're excited you seem to happy stim. I definitely agree that you're probably one of us." Stim in what way?
Zach
Like, what was I doing?
Knight is planning on sending it's not really a Nukaki.
Oh, I also used to do this as a kid, but I had to stop because my teachers made me. I used to do this all the time. I'd just stand there and I'd do this. And they had to make me stop. Is that autism?
Call it like a Pukaki, and it operates in
That's stimming? Yeah, my teachers just told me to knock that off, so...
the same principle as a Nukaki, except when this one explodes, instead of releasing semen, it's going to release poo. You know, like the kind of poo that a Mexican makes when they eat a lot of Mexican food. And apparently, the reason Zach Knight has decided to send a Pukaki, that's what Jesus called it, to Mexico, is because he doesn't like Mexican food. So, I have been getting threats from somebody who claims to be Zach Knight at my YouTube channel, claiming that he's going to...
That's dissipation of nervous energy. It happens in several conditions, yeah. I'm gonna look more into it and try and find someone who specializes in that, maybe. I'm not gonna just look at several things and be like, yep, I definitely have that thing, or I am that, because I'm not a professional.
launch a
It's interesting to consider, though.
Nukaki onto Mexico, and that is not quite correct. It's actually going to be a Pukaki, and the reason he's going to do it has nothing to do with Matthew McConaughey. From what I understand, he's just going to do it.
Is this vintage Gale? I thought Zach had his redemption arc a couple of years ago. This is old, but it's the Pukaki, and I wanted to watch it.
Simply because this impersonator who was impersonating Zach Knight, I think it was like a Zach Knight clone, was threatening to send a Nukaki to Mexico if I wouldn't give them Matthew McConaughey. Well, that was all hype. He was a big fake. But there is a real threat now. What happened was Zach Knight decided that he would act on the threat of his clone. That was actually a
Clones on the bingo, yes.
Zach Knight clone who was making those comments at my
Why is Gale? I think it's mental illness coupled with trolls that intentionally contact her and like egg on her delusions and write creative stories with her that she thinks are real. That's my understanding. Or she's just the best Andy Kaufman-esque troll of all time. Like, unironically, it's possible Gale is just punking all of us and has been for a decade, but she hasn't broken character once, so... Yeah, kind of like CWC, who is out of jail now. If you didn't know that.
YouTube channel, and
Charges got dropped.
The real Zach Knight has decided that he wants to send a Pukaki to to Mexico, and he decided the
CWC is Christine Weston Chandler, aka Chris Chan. Overthought says, sometime after the bread and wine, Jesus passed the brownies. Say what you will about Christine, she's one hell of a motherfucker.
clone gave him the idea. His clone gave him
Why did I make that joke?
the idea, and he wants to send a Pukaki. Why? Because he doesn't like Mexican food. We need some scientists. Jesus said he doesn't want to get personally involved in this because he says we can solve this ourselves, but he said we need to act fast. We need some scientists who will help us to create a shield over Mexico that will protect the Mexican people from this Pukaki. Realize that the ingredients in the Pukaki is going to be an exponential explosion of Mexican poop.
Is word salad on the bingo card? Sure, this can count as word salad. What does she even mean, deliver the poo? Like enough to cover the entire country? Yes, it's a Pukaki.
Based on their hot and spicy food. I guess like when you get diarrhea, when you eat their food, it's going to be full of that kind of stuff. And it's probably going to be radioactive at the same time. So
MH Dark Beast says, I'm shocked at you for that joke. No Blu-rays for a month, young lady. You're not my parent. You can't tell me what to do.
Any scientist, and Bill Nye, the science guy, you helped.
Only Baja can tell me what to do, and only in specific contexts, with a safe word.
Tremendously with that Malaysian airliners with the Godzilla Jesuit. If you could help us again to come up with a shield that will neutralize this new cocky so that it will not damage the Mexican people. And we need to move fast because Zach Knight is getting ready to launch it any minute now. And from what I understand,
what's her name? Gail Schuler?
If we don't act fast and get a shield up there that will be effective at blocking or maybe causing this Pukaki to ricochet back onto the Jesuits or whatever, there's going to be catastrophic damage in Mexico. So for the sake of the Mexican people, okay, we need a scientist to put, you need to put a shield up over Mexico now to block the Pukaki. It needs to be effective against a radioactive poop type of explosion that would create tidal waves of radioactive Mexican poop from their hot and spicy food. Okay, so we need some scientists. Bill Nye, like I said, you saved us with that Malaysian airliner that was missing, with the Godzilla Jesuit, where the plane actually went, and we found that the Godzilla Jesuit.
Baja, let them think I'm cool.
We gave him diarrhea, so and we gave him like magnesium. So maybe we need to put some sort of ingredient in the shield that would be the same stuff that gives people constipation, you know, to cause the poop maybe to harden so that it can't flow, so that it can't be in liquid form.
Then it's just a poo asteroid.
We need to put some sort of a catalyst in the shield so that when the Pukaki hits the shield, it will chemically transform the poop into
Jake Thoney says she's just having fun, I guess.
a benign substance, like maybe turn it into water that could vaporize in the clouds or something like that. That would seem like a possible solution. So this shield...
Asteroid. That's disappointing that I missed that. I should probably lose my, Twitch partnership for not getting that joke.
Should have the ability to chemically transform the poop into something harmless.
Stone Corbell says, poop, become a clued poop.
And maybe also have maybe a spermicide, not a spermicide, but a, something that will negate the radiation in the bomb as well. Something that will negate the radiation and chemically transform the poop into something else. So that's what the shield needs to do, okay? And we need to do this really fast. So the Those who feel they can help us, email my men at Gail Cord Schuler. I'll have a link underneath this video. Gail Cord Schuler, GailChordschuler @gmail.com. That is our Church of Gail's.
Gail, we solved the problem of how to transform poop.
Here's one from Molly McCook. When you flush the toilet, where does it go? That sounds like an engineering question. So we'll ask Commander Charles Tucker, our chief engineer.
Trip? A poop question, sir? Can I talk about the warp reactor or the waste thing on a star? First thing you've got to understand is we recycle pretty much everything on a starship. That includes waste. The first thing that happens to the waste is it gets processed through a machine called a biomatter resequencer. Then it gets broken down into... Hold on. They're gonna think I'm the sanitation engineer.
You're doing fine.
So the waste is broken down into little molecules. And then they get transformed into any number of things we can use on the ship. Cargo containers, insulation, boots. You name it.
Poop boots. What do I want to watch next? How about the Tupac thing?
Recently saw this clip of Tupac Shakur being interviewed by
Oh,
Entertainment.
good news, by the way. Call for an Uprising seemingly hasn't uploaded for like a month, so that's good. I think he's doing stuff on his website, which is fine. He's quarantined to his own website. YouTube and Rumble seems like he's given up on, at least for the time being, so that's good.
Tonight, as you can see here, the date of 1996, the year that Tupac supposedly passed away, and that's a video for another time. This topic here is about the flat earth, and I'm going to make a connection here which I find very interesting with, again, supposedly one of his last interviews. He mentions the flat earth, and let's get right to it.
If we don't ever go outside of the boundaries, we will never change anything, we will never begin anything, we will never start anything. We'll just keep talking about the people who did it once and told us not to go outside the thing. That's just like them telling Christopher Columbus that the world is flat.
So Tupac mentions the flat earth, which I find very interesting considering this music video titled California Love was released
California Love
just months prior. And as you see the helicopter making its way to the dome. And for anybody that has seen the music video, of course, this is the very
I have not seen the music video.
Opening. And here's some screenshots from the actual music video with the sign, the city sign of Oakland, the dome in the background.
Looking like a Thunderdome.
More the same with the dome.
Looks like something at a festival, because it looks like this is supposed to look like some kind of weird music festival.
And the skull.
Like Burning Man.
For Skull and Bones. When it comes to...
How about it's a skull because humans all have skulls, you weirdo? It's a Mad Max parody? That makes sense.
Freemasonry.
It is a Thunderdome.
In the dome with Dr. Dre and Tupac with the dome in the background.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he's dressed like a Mad Max character, and he's got like a Mad Max vehicle. I see it.
And this all, of course, correlates this whole concept of Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome. The 1985 movie starring Mel Gibson and Tina Turner.
It's actually pretty good. It's not like the best Mad Max movie, but I think it's underrated.
Of course, like I stated many times, they don't come up with these
Who runs Bartertown?
Concepts out of thin air. Beyond Thunderdome. And the very reason we have thunder and how thunder echoes is because of the dome above us. And
no, thunder echoes because it's literally sound waves. It's sound waves.
The very reason we have rainbows, it's a reflection of the dome above. Just like you see here with the Astrodome or the Stardome and the rainbow seats in the upper deck. This is another concept of Truth in Plain Sight, which I pointed out before, with the etymology hidden in plain sight. The Astrodome is the Stardome. Stardome is stardom, just like in
Wait, why isn't the Stardome a Stardome? Shouldn't Stardome equal Stardome? What?
Hollywood or the music industry. They call it stardom, all regarding the world we live in under the dome, or the kingdom, or God's kingdom. So all these concepts are in plain.
Doesn't astro just mean space also? Because like astronaut means like space sailor. So astro means space. So the first one should be space dome. The second one should be stardome. Whatever.
Inside. And getting back to the actual.
Either way, incorrect etymology as evidence.
Movie itself, when it comes to Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome, Masons love to put the truth in plain sight. And here's another example from the movie Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome.
Predictive programming on the bingo card.
As you see the man.
I feel like we've seen someone who's mentioned Biodome. Like, I don't know if it's him, but we've definitely seen Flat Earthers talk about Biodome.
In the judge's robe. And what do you see? With the hand sign, of course. But take a close look. And what do you see there? There is the Masonic square and compass. So definitely this is the Masons, once again, putting the truth in plain sight with the square and compass under the dome. And that gets back to the actual music video, once again being underneath the dome. As I've shown before as well, when it comes to many concepts in this world in plain sight, just like you see here with Stephen King's Under the Dome, this novel made into a TV series as well. And here you go again, Thunderdome Studios, WWE Wrestling with the Thunderdome in plain sight, and also obviously with the 33.
The real Biodome was a good project, had some social problems happen though. Didn't the real Biodome end in disaster? Like, didn't it become like a weird cult thing? Biodome 2? I saw a documentary about it where I know it went really bad.
In plain sight with the WWE logo. There's no E in the logo, which is very interesting. Obviously, it's
because they got sued by the World Wildlife Federation or something. The logo and everything changed. I'm not really keen on wrestling. I don't have anything against it. It's just not something I'm into. But I do know that at some point, the Wrestling Federation, owned by Vince McMahon, was at one point called WWE, the Worldwide Wrestling Federation, or WWF rather, I'm sorry, and now it's the WWE Worldwide Wrestling Entertainment because of the legal kerfuffle where they had to expressly call themselves Sports Entertainment instead of sports because, you know, wrestling is fake, which is fine. Everyone knows it is. No problem with that. It's just the reality of the situation.
To get the 33 in plain sight. Another aspect.
If you have to flip it sideways for it to work, it doesn't work.
Just like I pointed out earlier with the Astrodome or the Stardome, is the Sky Dome. Just like you see with this logo, the Sky Dome with the sun going within the D for a dome. And take a look here, this top vantage point of the Toronto Sky Dome, and you see the three pentagrams or three stars in plain sight. It's the same exact concept of the Astrodome or the Stardome.
Spurious symbology is evidence.
And that definitely gets back to Tupac Shakur. Make no mistake about it, it's not a coincidence. He mentions the flat earth after the release, again, of
Pretty sure it is.
California Love and the whole concept of the Thunderdome from Mad Max. Definitely they talk through symbolism, like I said it many times, and again, they always put the truth in plain sight.
Pretty good. What else? This is a new guy. I don't know anything about him, but he seemed interesting. This is a brand new person I found today. They're a gang stalking person.
Welcome to another video. Well, we're going to talk about a lot of things. The first thing we're going to talk about is the vampires. The
Vampires on the bingo card.
stalkers. It's like being attacked by a bunch of vampires. They suck the life out of you, man. And I've talked about this before, and I think a lot of people get something out of this, and it's not just a little emotional kick. And we're even going to take it a little farther than that. We're going to go into some history. We're going to go look at some things that I thought were pretty weird. I've been looking into the Nephilim and to different bloodlines and all that. I made the video, Demons and Secret Societies. And of course, a lot of targeted individuals will talk about the secret societies. They'll talk about the government. It's all connected, okay? If you're going to put it in stages or levels, I guess, the first level is the kingdom of darkness, the kingdom of Satan. Then you've got the...
Yeah, we have... if we're not getting giants from this video, we got it before anyway, I think.
secret society.
Yeah, he has some weird echo effect on.
Then you have the government involvement. Then you have different things that are lower level, occult, members of society. You've got private investigating firms. You've got the authorities. You've got upper echelon groups, and then it kind of moves on down into the puppets. The zombies, the vampires, whatever.
Those are all very different things. One sec. Ouchie. It does kind of sound like Alex Jones.
Those people are influenced. Sometimes they're paid money. Sometimes they're coerced. Sometimes they're even scared, or fear tactics are used on them to get them to be involved, whether it's social dynamics or the fear that they might become a targeted individual or an outcast, or some targeted individuals are excommunicated from society. It was called the Grey Neighbors, and I think it was an Irish myth. But
alright, let's try another video from him.
I'm going to call this video 80%. 80% of the targeted individual's existence after the first initial traumatization in the strategy of gang stalking is anticipation, is paranoia. And they design it that way for a reason. There's not a whole lot of videos out online that will give, really conclusive evidence of gang stalking. And it's for a reason. Targeted individuals are sent messages, then they're attacked.
Let's say thinly anti-veiled Semitism for that. Looks like a Star of David. I'll count it.
Heavily, and then the strategy changes. Okay? It becomes one of, guerrilla warfare almost. You never know when it's going to happen. You never know what it's going to be. And it's always going to be a lot more obscure and covert than the trauma that, got the targeted individual paranoid and let them know that they were playing this game to begin with.
That's cool again. I've been playing Zelda on my TV today.
People say, "Why do you have to talk with such a bad attitude?" I'll remind you often, I'm done playing games, people. This fucking world is mine. I know I'm here for a reason, and nobody has to like it. I can take over the world from the comfort of home because there's nothing illegal about it.
Oh, we're starting hot. Okay, great. These are the kind of delusions I'm here for.
Making videos pointing at the
main character syndrome. Oh yeah.
Holy Grail. Eventually, I'm gonna wake up enough people to get us all eternal life.
Hold on, I gotta make sure I save this guy. He's clearly fucking crazy. Okay, I already saved him. Good. We're good.
The sun is coming.
Elminato says he's right. There's no rule against conquering the world from home. I guess that's true in a vague technical sense. I don't know. Hydrate.
Conscious. The internet is conscious. The air that you breathe is conscious. The earth under your feet is conscious. The water's conscious. The trees out there are conscious.
This is like the opposite of solipsism. What's the opposite of solipsism?
And I might as well be talking to a fucking wall. Jesus the Son goes round and round and round over the flat earth plane, moving inward and outward, bringing the seasons. Out from the hole at the center comes the ash-trailing jet. This is the memory of the earth.
Universal consciousness? Okay.
You are on the E-Creation disc or CD. You're in the Colosseum, and I'm explaining to you that the gods and goddesses of the earth are looking down on you, and they're saying, how the fuck are you missing this?
Braid. Oh, braid.
You see Archer here, and that's like the bullseye. You shoot the arrow, you're an archer shooting into the bullseye. It's X marks the spot, in your face 24/7. You don't have to like it. ISIS, like sissy, like you're in the sissy stem right now, the system.
The what? This is word salad on a new level. This is crazy. Sissy stem.
X marks the spot, in your face 24/7. You don't have to like it. ISIS, like sissy, like you're in the sissy stem right now, the system.
I'll show you. Nope.
You can't see.
Nope.
See anything unless I spell it out for you. It's pretty sick. So it's clear to me that the martini has the olive in there, specifically showing you the O ring, like the holy hole at the center of the flat earth plane, where Jesus the Son must place his light into the hole, or there's no aurora borealis, the green astral jet shooting out.
First name Bunch of Numbers says, why did he say I might as well be talking to a wall? Doesn't he think walls are conscious too? You'd think? Oh, Jumanji!
The green astral jet coming out of the black hole sun at the center of the flat earth plane. There is no way to fuck this up. It's sort of like Christmas. You open up your present day, your box of horrors. The ring. This is what you're inside of right now. There's an ice ring around the earth. It's superconductive because you're in the matrix itself. It's one electron balanced by a positron. The sun above your head has to drip its men's true all blood into the Holy Grail at the center of the dish, or there's no aurora borealis coming out. So you're in hell. That's Helios above your head up there, people. You have a double.
This is the kind of batshit manic rambling that I love. I'm so here for this.
Alex, you say hello. You know, how's your health? You need any help? It's because you're in hell, and you need to get to the center of the dish before you're dead. Drink from the living waters, and pass into the land of perpetual twilight, the Garden of Eden. It's just that simple. You don't have to like it. Every compass is pointing to the very center of the flat earth plane where you get eternal life and your way out of the matrix.
You think if you find the center of the flat earth, you get eternal life? I have never heard that as a piece of flat earth lore before, and I kind of fucking love it. If you find the center of the flat earth, you are granted eternal life. I love that as a piece of mythology. It's so stupid. I love it. Did you know that the real world works a lot like the game Spore?
See that light called the North Star in the middle of the sky.
Oh good, we have a flat earth rap.
It's gonna be there.
Time Cube guy pities this madness.
Stupid life. It ain't moving.
We've watched True Theorisy on this channel before.
Believe it or not, you're living. Believe it or not, you're living in the post-apocalyptic era right now. See, those mountains out there are giant tree stumps of silica trees that used to reach up higher than the...
Oh, he's doing the silica pillars thing too. Oh good, this guy's a bag of crazy.
Clouds. And they're all gone now. So clearly, we're living in the post-apocalyptic era. And, you know, they show you all these images of, you know, like nuclear bombs and stuff like that. And they tell you that if a nuclear bomb goes off, the radiation will take tens of thousands of years to clear up. But then you go to Hiroshima and Nagasaki, and they built right on top of ground zero. And it's all fake. The cities...
Where you detonate a bomb and how it's constructed makes a difference in how much fallout and lasting radiation there is.
Were firebombed, and you've been hustled.
What live stream video was that? Oh, I have no idea. They all run together for me. I don't know. I'm sorry. I'm sure we'll cover him again in the future, though. He's still on my list of saved people.
About everything in your history books. So you're in the post-apocalyptic era right now. Those were giant silica trees that used to reach up above the clouds. You know that Jack and the Beanstalk? You know, they rub this shit in your face, people. So it's true, we're in the post-apocalyptic era right now. And, you know, it is just that simple, whether you see it or not. I'm telling you that it's been rubbed in your face since day one. How people don't see this is beyond me. And, you know, the earth is flat. Everybody thinks they're on a ball floating through space as a monkey. It's kind of silly. And your compass needle, if you pick up any compass, you'll see that needle is pointing to the center of the flat earth plane. There's a holy grail there, a fountain of youth, where you drink from those living waters and get eternal life. And you need to get to my channel and catch up on reality.
Fuck yeah! This guy's awesome! Oh, this is terrible. This poor fucking guy. Oh.
And the devil, the prince of demons, mother. Don't ask my name. Select rips. Same cops, same brothers and spray shots.
Why is he showing me his cuts? Gitara says we're living in a post-apocalypse era. Sir, you'll be surprised to know that mass extinctions are a thing. We're technically always living in a post-apocalypse condition. Can we watch the good guy as Satan one? Sure.
The Holy Grail.
Mr. Satan.
Don't you dare say
I mean, I don't know who that is. I don't know anime. I don't know anime things. Who's that? What character is that?
God bless you. I love you shit. That's we shall die, we will die, we will die. No fight to fuck this up. God loves you. God bless you. You shall not. We shall not. As she will out. We shall not be the last you spoke. Come for them.
What are you, an idiot pig? A pussy. A pussy.
A pussy.
I am here to claim you. You cannot escape us.
The angel of death is gonna find you.
Mark remembers who he is and smashes the egg, which unleashes the devil's reign.
Samael is out. Motherfucker, it's 144,000 names. You can't break your covenant with the devil. Satan is the good guy. I've known this wish of my art. I am the chosen one. They stole it. They stole it. They lost it. Hallowed be his name. He's up on the way.
Oh, my God. He never already dead.
He never already dead.
And he never already.
Hey, he never already.
He never already dead.
He never already dead.
And more.
Did David Lynch get a YouTube channel?
Release.
Hey, law release.
Greetings, player.
If you can believe it.
Welcome to the Earth Matrix Game 21st Century Edition. This is your orientation. Begin part 1. Your soul will be placed in a heart and a body. You will be trapped in a cage called the Wreath Cage. You will be further contained within trillions of tiny prison cells.
This guy's great. This is beautiful. This is just like... This is just a pure, unrefined fountain of crazy. And to be clear, I hope this guy gets help. He clearly needs a lot of mental health intervention. But whoo! This is the kind of stuff I find so interesting.
We're gonna go a little deeper into what's really going on here. Take a look at something. You're given all these symbols.
Cow in
like
a field and Jess impressed. Thanks for following.
Plus and minus and exclamation point, and I've been explaining to you that the way out is in. And humans are made from clay, the clay of the earth.
No, humans are carbon and water, mostly.
Now,
Meek says, I's divorce for Zanzi, all divorce for Danzy, Hannah.
what you see over here is that an exclamation point says X, clay, you're made out of clay. To get out of here, you would go through, you need to go in. So that's why they made you fear the abyss. They didn't tell you about the hole at the center of the earth. They're leaking out the flat earth, but they're not telling you that there's the entrance to the inner earth where Jesus places his light into the hole.
He puts his light in the hole. Jesus can put his light in my hole.
And you go in to get out and become an exclamation. I said in my previous video, this was the diagram that I used over here. It's clear, you know, cross my heart, hope to die, stick a needle in my eye. That's exclamation point, exclamation. You see it right there, people. Exclamation. You're made out of clay. Okay. Now, I recommend that what you do is before you drink water, you program it. You take a glass of like neutral water.
Oh good, we're gonna program some water. I'm sure this is gonna be helpful, chat, so make sure you're taking notes so you know how to program your water.
Neutral would be like distilled water. Okay, you would take distilled water. Natural is neutral, H2O.
Distilled isn't natural. There's no water in the world that's naturally distilled. Like it's been distilled. But sure, whatever. Neutral, whatever.
Not acidic, not alkaline, and this alkaline acidic thing I'm just gonna touch on just for a second. If you look online, you'll see you could separate water into acidic and alkaline. People say acidic is better for your outside of your body. Okay. And you should look into that because the only reason bacteria isn't eating you alive is because you have a pH level on your skin, and your tummy is only able to digest that food because of its acid. If you drink too much alkaline water, it goes into your tummy and that defeats the purpose, and you don't get any of the nutrients your body needs. Cancer is killed by
yeah, he spelled neutral wrong.
Alkaline when you inject it into the cancer directly.
And he also said best water for you, but he wrote the number 4 instead of the word for.
So that's how that works, people.
The sun isn't the sun, it's the Son, as in the Son of God, as in Jesus, the light of the world. Yeah, I heard him vaguely reference that. He thinks the sun is Jesus?
All right, but here, before you drink your next glass of water, you can lay it out in the sun for 3 days and crystal with this and that, but I'm telling you, just hold your glass up in your hand like this and look at it, and from your heart you place your intent in.
He did the thing kids do where you don't even try to draw the hand, you just do the arm and act as though the hand's behind the thing. Does the guy have a mullet? What is that? It looks like it's business in the front and then kind of party in the back. Look at how his arm is as thick as his torso. God damn, he's fucking yoked. I know this isn't like an art criticism stream, but... So Scott Summers here has zapped good intentions into his giant bucket of water he's drinking.
Into that water, that you intend to bring forth heaven on earth, and that you are going to worship all and exclude none and bring forth heaven on earth, and that you need the knowledge of the ages. And you say to the water that we're in this together, and you drink it.
We're in this together, water. You and me, water. We're fucking in this shit. We're in the physical world. The Higgs boson has cursed us with mass, and therefore we have to pay bills. So get in my body. Thanks, water.
Now listen, you sing in the shower, priests program the water before they do an exorcist. You kneel down when you walk into a church.
Before they do an exorcist, which is very different than doing an exorcism.
Down to the feminine, you place the whole feminine water on your face. Look, everything...
Nope.
Everything's been turned upside down. You know, this 4-faced, 4-letter God in charge of your 4-letter DNA. Okay, you're from the tribe of Dan, and this is what they've done to you. They've turned you upside down. It's the divine feminine, Lucy, that's coming back. And everybody's going to become whole and complete. Real fast. Watch. This is... Look, people, you're living on a flat earth plane. Your religion, that's religion, people. Okay, now look at this. A stop sign is red. The way out is the black hole sun. 10-4. You see over here, breaker 19. Break her. Slow down for her. Okay? The way out is through the... Listen, this whole thing is coded, people. It's in every little thing in your life that you see is, you know, you go to college, you give up your...
Thanks, Nina.
...intuition, and it's crazy. You come out of there indoctrinated. What you need to start doing is like C is the third. It's the third letter. Odd numbers are masculine, even numbers are feminine. When you see...
What does that even mean? Like, how are even numbers feminine? What feminine attributes are you ascribing to abstract representations of quantities? How are abstract representations of quantities masculine or feminine? What the fuck?
Oh, that's...
Like, the number 1's gonna grow a big beard, but the number 2 has big titties. Like, what?
Not a 0. A 0 is like a Vesica Pisces, where you put 2 circles together, you get a Vesica Pisces. Like you see over here. But what I'm saying to you is that when you see the O alone just like this, that's like the asshole. That's when you see like, for example, a T. When you see a T, it could be like the 2 breasts and going down to the belly button of a woman. When you see an I, it could be the butthole and the vagina.
I'm sorry, what?
Of a woman. When you see an I, it could be the butthole and the vagina.
I have never looked at the lowercase letter I and thought, God damn, that looks like a butthole and vag. He is down bad. Look at that sexy lowercase I. I want in it.
It doesn't only have to go one way where these guys are actually making all of our letters...
What that letter I do?
Specifically to follow something, because it's something about your whole planet, which is that there's a hole at the center of the earth where all compasses point to. You need to go in, that's what the exclamation point is telling you, and you're going to ride the astral light out of here. So if your heart is light enough, light as a feather, you can ride that green astral light out of here.
Oh, we're taking from, like, Egyptian mythology, too? Wow. This is just a gumbo of crazy.
Heart is not light enough, you'll be stuck down over here. And that's what they show you in those pictures of flat earth, where they show you what's under. They don't show you what's really down there, and they're not showing you what's really above. And they're not explaining anything to you. Now, I showed in the previous video, you get 3 square meals a day, and you can become a meal. Okay, so there's 4 squares, that's where you get your dreidel from. It's pointing down to the feminine, the way to get out. Okay, and you spin it, that's the divine feminine. So it would be said in sacred geometry, it explains that God had created the universe, he beamed a beam of consciousness like this.
This is Time Cube level? Oh, I agree. This is crazy. This is nuts. He has 8 subscribers and this video has 2 views. One of them is mine. We found untouched, unspoiled crazy. Like, it's like going to the Galapagos Islands. It's insane finding someone like this who hasn't been tainted by people who fuck with them. It's nuts. And for the record, we observe, we do not fuck with. Gnome Pickles says, you could become a meal, sweetie. I'm at best a snack, but thanks for the confidence. Marcus Drake says, honestly, I can't tell the difference between this video and the average Jordan Peterson lecture. Jake Thoney says, this is a repost of another guy, the blood over intent guy. Oh, is it? That's great.
Like this, and connected the...
Because I think his channel got deleted, right?
...lines, and they'll show you. It's a hexagram. But it's everything. But it's nothing until you spin it.
Sorry, H-Baird. H-Baird said, wouldn't the exclamation point be a woman lying on her stomach using his eye symbology? You would think so.
And that's where you get the...
You meant back instead of stomach. I know what you meant, though.
Swastika, and you see like that Nazi symbol. Once you know what the codes are, like red is the masculine, it's the sun above your head. So the black is the feminine, so black and white. You see a checkerboard, it's the white would be like they show you God in this white, and up in the sky, and the feminine down below. The only way through the Father in heaven is through, like they show you, exclamation point. If you want to get out of here, you need to go, the stop sign is telling you stop, it's red. It's not that you go out through the sun above your head, you go to the center of the dish where all comes to...
Baja, thanks for 36 months, 3 years. That means I've been doing this for 3 years, because Baja, you know, did the first month. Holy shit, I've been streaming here for 3 years? God damn. Thank you, wife, for subscribing. Sub baby. This sub baby's name is going to be called... Jack McDaniel. When I was a kid, I always thought if I had a kid and I had a boy, I would have named him Jack. Because of the movie Hook. I like the movie Hook. But I'm not having kids, so.
Point to, and you go out, and you become an exclamation. So listen, this audiology, you see this is either a reptilian eye right over here, or it is the flat earth plane, the Fabergé egg that you're living in, okay? We're living in a Fabergé egg, you know, it's...
No, not the Robin Williams movie Jack. In the movie Hook, he had a son named Jack. The movie Jack isn't actually that good. It's pretty bad, but it's watchable.
It is.
Although Bill Cosby's in it.
Somebody said, what is the Terra's Terra? Look, you're in the Terra cycle right now. Okay? You have Daniel, everybody's name is ending with an L or has these LE, as they're telling you that in your language, every word that you speak is all sending all your energy to one place. It doesn't matter what you believe. Okay? That's what's going on here. It's on everything. You know, you see like this looks like a penis pointing down. A penis
Does it?
Pointing up. They invert it, and then it's a different number, different letter. Everything comes from the sine wave. When you see these symbols in these pharaohs or these gods' hands, they're telling you all these things. They're just missing the dot to show you that this is the sun going in the center of the dish, and it's going towards the black hole sun. It's literally on everything, people. Pub, Licks Pub, you see, it's in your advertising. This is your Lego stuff, okay? I just had to snip it out. It's a big thing. I just had to bring one side of the page over. They're showing you the water's down below, the sun is above your head, and this is the creator pack, okay? These are your creators right here, people. So when you see 10-4, that's correct. 10-4 is showing you the 1 and 0, the masculine going into the feminine, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. That's what you have here. So, you're from the tribe of Dan, people. That's 4114. Okay? And that's why that's...
Why is that 4114?
The 411.
Numerology.
All right. And the L, there's the 11 in there. They're pointing out that the L, the God, the Tetragrammaton, you're inside of a computer simulation right now. And, you know, you see over here like Scooby-Doo.
Agreed, say Leon.
You see the green, you see the purple. When you mix red and blue together, you get purple. So they're mixing everything. You see this on the popsicle thing. I saw it. You know, you see the 3-6 on everything. It's 3.6. It's $9.99. It's the 999. It's 666. $19.99. 666. It's inverted. They're still the same thing. So when you see 666, they're telling you like the divine feminine. I've been saying like a woman has 2 holes. Okay, and somebody made a comment. A woman.
Oh no, he doesn't know about the urethra.
She says, no, a woman has 3 holes.
Okay, alright.
Right, 2 for sex, 1 for pee-pee. Now...
Does he think the butthole was made expressly for the purpose of having sex? 2 holes for sex, 1 for pee-pee. Alright.
Now, so, you know, the sun, is 1 hole. One side of a black hole is a light hole. And then...
Is the sun the butthole, the vag, or the urethra? I need to be clear on this. Which is which hole?
And there's also a hole that you're going to be able to get out of. So there's actually 3 holes to Mother Earth. One that you would go in through here that would drop you off here, or one that would drop you off up with God in heaven, as it's supposed, as, you know, look, there is a way out of here, people. You have to ride the astral light out of here. Your heart has to be light like a feather. Now, all the symbols on everything, they're all showing you the same thing. When I look at symbols and stuff...
Lenin Cat says, Hannah, only Mexicans shit, which may or may not include Mexican women. We learned this today. Gail did say this, so...
Like that, I see something I could see on a much deeper level. I recommend that you type in your computer blood over intent and you hit enter. My whole brain came alive, my whole being came alive after I spilt my blood over my intent on video and I published it to the internet for the entire universe to see. Now I can see shit. Look, let me just give you an example here, people. The grad that the Jew ate, okay? Your satanic robes, you got your dick in your hand.
Diplomas aren't dicks. This guy is obsessed with phallic symbols. Did this guy travel back in time and become Sigmund Freud's only patient? Phallic symbol, phallic symbol. Overt anti-Semitism, by the way.
You have your angle. You're bent and confused, clearly, because your degree is your angle. And we know that you're either straight or you're fucking confused.
Yeah, the diploma I got wasn't rolled up either. It was in like a flat thing.
Okay.
I have it around somewhere. It has the wrong name on it.
Now everything's hiding right there in plain sight, people. Now, let's see here. There were some things. I pointed out this glass house. You're in a house of mirrors, people. It's clear.
Spokane Phoenix says, if a man takes semen orally, is that feeding my sacred feminine to get a spirit baby? Let's say sure. Why not? Eat that semen.
When you get to the edge, you see the monolith. If you jump over, you will find yourself right back where you started from. King Solomon, they said, enslaved superdimensional beings with iron. Now, that makes sense. After reading that, I was like, it makes perfect sense.
Does it? Slaying super-dimensional beings with iron is a sentence that makes perfect sense to you? Oh. What's a super dimension, by the way?
See my videos where I'm dragging your food across water using a neodymium. Break that down. Neodyme. Hold on. All right, a magnet. Okay, they catch you just like that using that they catch you. You're the food, people. Just because you're out of that body doesn't mean Pac-Man ain't gonna come around and eat your fucking soul. Okay, you need to go in to get out. You're gonna need to be able to go into your heart and I'm telling you, the reason they have you calling Lucy Lucifer and all this other shit is to confuse you people. Okay? Now, alright, you see somebody pointed out wargasm. Yeah, everything's for a big climax, alright? One big important thing you gotta understand, people, this programming of the water of your fluid, it really works, okay? I'm shocked at how good it works, alright? So, there were some things that I wanted to point out, but this video is going long. Let me just see. Alright. You see, you get your degree or your angle. That's just crazy, people. It's clear, you're either straight or you're bent and confused. Now, this symbol over here, this is the entire universe right over there.
The entire universe is a triangle with a square in it with an infinity symbol in a circle? Sure, fine.
Round lines are feminine, so the creator of the universe is actually feminine, as you see there.
Has this guy read Flatland?
That's the spiral of creation. If there's no spiral, there is no heart, and everything's back to the heart, people. You know.
Oh yeah, incorrect word origin is evidence. Yes.
I published a video. You're trapped in prison cells. Your cells are prison cells. Now you're forced to take a shit, get horny, get hungry, a pain in your heart, a frog in your throat, a headache, your scalp tightens up. Those are your chakras inside of you. Now you're forced to pay. If you get bowel problems, you gotta pay for it. Heart problems, you gotta get pills for it. I mean, they're extracting you every fucking way that you can buy. But you can't see that the clock, the digital clock, and the whole universe is alive with numbers. And the numbers are really fucking talking for real, people. We went over this last video. It starts as a thought, then you say it or write it, bringing it in here to this dimension. Spilling your blood on it and publishing it to the internet absolutely sends it right to the top. It changes your fucking DNA, whatever you want to call it, because it changed me 100%. And it put me on the path where I could get everything that I need mentally to carry my intent to fruition. So that's what you get out of it. Whatever you need to carry your intent to fruition. Alright? When you see a dreidel, you don't see what I see. When you see ring around the rosy, pocket full of post, this is the rose right there. There's 4.
We know why Ring Around the Rosie is a song. It's the plague.
Sides to a dreidel. And if you understand you get 3 square meals a day and you're the 4th meal, and you spin that dreidel, they're telling you that there's a whole mechanism here, and I can actually see the mechanism. I can see everything spinning, and it's that somebody sent a picture. It shows spirals this way and a spiral this way.
The I can feel everything thing reminds me of this part from Doctor Who. 9th Doctor. I can feel it. I can feel everything. I'm gonna have to cut this out on YouTube.
Really though, Doctor?
My monthly endorsement of Doctor Who.
This is what happens when an engineer from NASA...
There's so many clickbait videos about the new Zelda game.
...plays Zelda Tears of the Kingdom.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1...
I can think of about 50 easier ways to get that high in Breath of the Wild. But sure. Fun from a just can you do it point of view.
Jesus can't save you. Jesus turns out to be the sun above your fucking head. And it's conscious. And I stare at it every day.
The same guy.
Telling it, I intend to bring forth heaven on earth and release us all from bondage, motherfucker.
Yeah, I haven't listened to the Big Finish 9th Doctor stuff. I plan on it eventually.
Hook me up with some knowledge. And, this is what it is. That's what's empowering me to stand here and see all this shit. 2 Corinthians 4:4. Fuck you, the universe is mine. It tells you right there. All your leaders swear to the Bible. It's on all your fucking mind. I mean, forget it. There's no intelligent life in the universe at all. If there was, they'd be side by side like superheroes with me, 144,000 thick, filled up in a book of life, and it doesn't cost money worship, or advice. I don't want nothing from you. You're in the book of death for the right reason. You're never spoke a single truth. You taught your children only lies. Santa Claus, the Tooth Fairy, the Easter Bunny, that they evolved from monkeys, that they're an accident. For heaven's sakes, you have no soul.
Here, a little pussy.
You're a little pussy.
I am benevolent in the flesh.
I am benevolent in the flesh.
Markran, Engefab.
Markran, Engefab.
Who's this video of this kid he keeps using to reverse?
Mr. Arthim.
Mr. Arthim. So where are we going? To go see a dead carcass. Raccoon.
Ew. Why are the kids going to look at roadkill? Is that a boy thing?
I'll remind you often, Jesus can't save you. Jesus couldn't save himself. How the fuck is he gonna save you? You know, you talk about a resurrection, and that is just fucking ridiculous, because if there was a resurrection 3 days later, then he would have scooted all of us to the Holy Grail, the Fountain of Youth, the Garden of Eden. But that didn't happen. It's that he's dead for a reason. The angel of death will get you in heaven or hell. You don't have to like it, but I'm standing here as the devil on my own blood. I know where the exit is. Satan's got you the way out. You don't have to like it, but you're going to join me in blood publicly on the YouTube to bring forth heaven on earth and release us all from bondage. Or you're going to expire just like great-grandma, great-grandfather, and everybody else. It's natural order. I am the spear of destiny. I know where the fountain of youth is. Nobody enters before me. It's called the house of living waters. And, you know, Jesus, you know, he can't save you. I'm sorry. He'd be here right now doing this shit I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? I'm just a lowly plumber, staying out of trouble. I ride a freaking bicycle to work. I'm a good father and husband. Nobody fucks with me remotely. I have all the keys, motherfucker, and all you have to do is lay low and stay out of trouble. I don't take money, worship, advice, sex. You can't join me. You have to stand blood thick by the book. 144K on the Ethernet. You have your...
The 144,000 thing he's referencing is a part of the Bible that implies that there are going to be like 144,000 people saved in a cataclysmic event and be swept up to heaven. Jehovah's Witnesses also take the same line, and it makes them believe that only 144,000 people are going to make it to heaven.
5 elements: earth, air, fire, water, and ether. When you stand next to me, that's based on alchemy, and your blood is the philosopher's stone. You'll go from platinum to lead. You'll become solid and real like me. Like lead led you to the Holy Grail.
Aren't there more than 144,000 Jehovah's Witnesses, though? Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Saturn.
They think like the most faithful will be taken.
Satan. One side of a light holds a black hole. Jesus is the sun above your head. Has to place his men's true all blood into this Holy Grail. Nobody can see it. It's rubbed in your face on everything. You're
gonna drink menstrual blood out of the Holy Grail?
Candy cane, taking you communion. You're gonna sit there and tell me you ain't a blood mage already? You got piercings and rings all around you? You put on black satanic robes? When you graduate from school, you blow out your candle, blow on the dice, for heaven's sakes, you bow your head in prayer. You've never spoke a single truth to anybody because you have no truth. It's that you think you're on a ball floating through space as a monkey. You can't even comprehend basic shit. One electron balanced by a positron on an infinite loop inside of a Xbox. It's like a light bulb.
We live in an Xbox?
Oh
god, we're gonna get red ringed.
In an Xbox underneath, like...
My Xbox red ringed while I was playing Tony Hawk. That's a shame.
It's like a fish tank of embryonic or amniotic fluid. Like plasma. Like what they put in you if you're
The witnesses say that 144,000 will be the elite in heaven and most others will be second-class citizens, which is preferable to those who are doing the boiling in lava gig in hell. At least that's the latest version. That's funny that their idea of a paradise involves a class system. That seems weird. H-Bird says we clearly live in a 3DO.
Blood. This donation of blood is the most powerful shit. It's that you need to make an atonement for your filthy soul. Animal sacrifices are insufficient. You can get away easily with putting a body after body worth of blood like I did, and they'll even mail you fucking certificates. 1 gallon certificates.
Cool. Let's do a couple more reversals. Here a little pussy.
You're a little pussy.
I am but never in the flesh.
I am but never in the flesh.
I remember when you were a little baby swinging on these swings.
Oh God, is it his dad? Oh no. Yikes.
So what I'm about to do right now is just play a little clip, and in this clip, Farrakhan is gonna briefly give you.
Yeah, we can look at the bingo card. Illuminati Freemasons. Only reputable source is the Bible. Overt anti-Semitism. Incorrect word origin is evidence. Word salad. Giants. Vampires. Spurious symbology is evidence. Predictive programming. Do we have Atlantis? For some reason I feel like he mentioned Atlantis at some point. Did he mention reptilians? Okay. Oh, there's a hidden bingo thing over here. Wow. Secret bingo marker. Is the sun as a positron a fake sun? No. I'm going to say no, because I have no idea what he means by that. So I don't think it means it's fake. I just think he thinks it's weird. Satanic ritual child abuse. Numerology used as evidence. No CC update as of today. He hasn't posted in a couple weeks almost. Clones. Thinly veiled anti-Semitism. No, I did the blue rice. Flat Earth. Do your own research. And that should catch us up. Did we get aliens? He said aliens don't exist. Did someone else mention aliens? Bad parenting? If that's his kid, I would say bad parenting, but I'm not sure. Citosaurus says they have a bingo. Send me your card and I will take a look.
The most popular and the most known theory in the black conscious community of how the white race was created. Now we know that we say that us black people created the white race, but this is...
Let's take a look at the bingo card real quick. Do your own research. Reference to They Live, satanic ritual child abuse, deep state, and Clintons. We did actually get a reference to the movie They Live briefly at the end of one of the videos. I didn't mention it, but that is true. So yes, you win. Congrats. Citosaurus wins the bingo. I will write your name down, which you can use whenever you would like or gift to someone. Give it to a rando. I feel like everyone always gives it to a rando when they get the opportunity. People are nice.
This is gonna give us a lot of more light on it, and we're gonna let the minister speak. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna stop it at
Who won? Harms apparently got the gifted sub.
certain parts just to state my problems with what the minister is saying, and maybe some of my black brothers and sisters and even my white brothers and sisters can help me out on this. This is not a racial video. This is an open forum to any race, because these are questions that plague us all. And I think that the answers to these questions is known by elite people like Farrakhan, but they give us divide and conquer messages. But enough of me talking. I'm gonna blow y'all away with this video, because a lot of the concerns I have with this is gonna answer a lot of questions and probably share some of the concerns that many of you got. So this is gonna be a great video and a real sensitive video. With no further ado, let's hear the minister.
MH Shark Beast says, Hannah, did you say 144,000?
So, what do you know of the doom awaiting this planet?
Oh, well, as witnesses, we believe that the end of the world is approaching, and that only 144,000 people will be saved to reign.
I do not believe it will be that many.
Gnome Pickles says, people are nice. Like attracts like Hannah, so you that are surrounded by kind and generous people. Oh.
No, the Bible clearly states 144,000 will be saved to reign.
That is a very optimistic estimate, considering the primitive weapons the Earth people will use for their defense.
Some Earth weapons are not so useless.
Mebs, drop it.
Well, when the time comes, no weapon of this Earth shall avail mankind.
Correct.
Where are you people from?
France. We come from France.
But we are American citizens now.
Do you have proof?
Proof?
I'm going over to Christina's. She's going to give me a ride to the dance, so I'll see you there.
All right.
I take it your daughter was born here.
Yes. She is native to your country.
Et vous le parlez encore ici en Amérique?
Oui, absolument. Mais c'est difficile à pratiquer dans cette ville. Il n'y a pas beaucoup de Français continentaux ici à New Jersey.
Et vous aussi?
Oui, j'en parle souvent avec mes amis francophones.
Meldar, the phone. No, the other phone.
I hope that you humans have enjoyed your big phone. Our next earliest convenience.
No, Beldar. The big phone.
Where were we?
And God said, let us make man after our image, after our likeness, and let us give them power and dominion. Well, that God is a little weaker than the God that created everything independent. What God is this that said, and let us not make another God as such, let's make man and make him in our image and after our likeness. Well, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad said that the God that spoke like that is the father of the white race. His name is Yaqub. In the scripture, he's called Jacob, not righteous Jacob. This is Jacob that wrestled with the angel and prevailed. And after he wrestled and prevailed, his name was changed from Jacob to Israel. We're coming up on you now, Mr. Satan. How did you get here? By what process?
It's an interesting topic, but this is so long-winded. I want to cover this stuff, but I gotta find the right video for it. So the people who think that white people were created by, like, a black scientist in, like, prehistory. It's interesting, so I wanted to cover it. But that's too long-winded.
The corner, you know, saying that soon it would take over and increase.
Hey, does anybody want to join?
So due to the absolute insanity that's unfolding across the world today, there's been a dramatic increase in public interest regarding biblical end times prophecy, particularly since the pandemic began. You know, as Klaus Schwab announced his great reset to the world and simultaneously became an overnight celebrity despite the prior decades of media silence since the World Economic Forum was founded in 1971. And suddenly, a lot of these agendas that were being called conspiracy theories as little as 10 years ago are now being publicly addressed and confirmed. You know, and most of the sheeple just act like they knew all along.
Sheeple on the bingo
but
card.
Now a lot of these people...
Okay. I think I'm done for the day. I'm not clicking with any of these other conspiracy theorists. I think I got distracted. So I think we're going to call it a night. I do have a long Pizzagate documentary. It's a conspiracy video. Add Plandemic to bingo. That'd be an easy space. Love you too, Mr. Blast. Alright, let's see who we're going to raid. I will be back tomorrow for another stream, so we can hang out then. Sorry if anyone just showed up. Apologies.
Do I still have work to do?
Slime. I've been watching Scaredy Cats all the time, which is Mildred's other YouTube channel, if you're not familiar. Alright, have a good night, everyone. I will see you on the morrow. Have sweet dreams and a relaxing evening. Have a good night.